Hello, this is the Aftermarket Report with Vegas and Jim. Today's date's 12/26, 2018, and what a great day today. I'm going to turn it right over to Vegas.
Okay, well, I hope everyone had a nice, Merry Christmas and had a nice time with their family, friends, or even on your own, right? You gotta enjoy your own company. So, welcome back, everybody. And I know a lot of people are probably not even back till next week, and that's okay to take a break. Enjoy your time away and be with family and friends. But for those of you that did come back to the markets today, what an amazing day! Um, I don't know what's going on today, but I gotta tell you, the spy was amazing. I have to say, I love the spy. And I'm not a big, options trader because, I just started getting into option trades earlier this year. But I have to say, I actually spotted a very good setup. And I just want to briefly talk about that. And because Jim's going to talk about the SPY chart in a minute. But, I'm a big fan for people that have a small account to actually try to trade this options, especially when they're under $1 a contract, which means under $100 a contract, because there is a really good opportunity to probably grow your account quite nicely with minimal risk and much faster, I believe, than putting the money into a stock. So I'll give you an example. I did call a SPY option call today, and it was a SPY option that would expire today as well. And the SPY option that I did call out was the $241 call expiring today. And I called that at 49 cents. Actually, it was a little bit less, like 46. But by the time I tried to fill the order, because I was moving, I didn't get filled till 49 cents. So my cost was $49 a contract. I picked up about four and I was able to sell them at $1. And so I was happy because I was like, oh, wow, I made 100%. But can I just tell you, I really wish I would have kept them longer or at least kept one because a lot of SPY contracts, people were making so much money. There was this bullish flow detected, which I did mention in the chat room. And the SPY contract went as high as 676, which is $676 each contract. So your $49 investment would have even turned into 300, 500, depending where you would have wanted to sell it. So that was a really, really amazing option call. And the room was thrilled. And I'm thrilled because a lot of people made very good money with the SPY today. So congratulations to the SPY option traders. And I'll turn it over to Jim to talk about the chart. But I got to tell you, the SPY is nonstop right now.
All right, well, I got a couple charts I want to show you. I'm going to show you the TTM squeeze right now. I noticed that this thing been kind of sitting in the negative place down here for the last good 10, 20 days. And so we were looking at it today, and we noticed all the action coming in, all the volume and all the buys, and we noticed the Dow was up after all these bad days we've had. And so the TTM was very strong on it today. It ran to my first resistance here at 247.05, or pretty close to it. I think the money's in play right now. Next resistance I'm calling is going to be at 255.13. But you could always expect a little pullback. But I think the shorts have had it with this stock, and it's an opportunity where they're going to start piling on the train and start going up with this thing. It's way oversold. The market was way oversold in the past 2 weeks, just ridiculously oversold, in my opinion. Even with the government shutdown, I think we're going up with this thing. So I'm going to pull this other chart up real fast. This is where we used to play it up in here with all these red lines. So we had like a real hard sell-off here in the past 20 days. We hit a bottom Christmas Eve when we had that big sell-off for 600 and some points at 231. Then I'm just noticing the big block trades that are coming in this right now, and I seen one that was like 47,000 shares. So people are buying into this thing right now, even after hours. So we hit this 247 resistance. I think we're going to get back up here at 255, and will be the judgment. I figure we'll probably be back there within a week. So I think 2019 to me is going to be a rebound year. Just my opinion, because the way the market sold off apparently to me for no reason at all year long, just because of the trade war and then the government shutdown here at the end. So that's the SPY. Vegas, like she said, she made a great investment on this, especially for small traders, and I was quite impressed with her on that today. Very much so. And the next one, Vegas, we're going to talk about is Turtle Beach.
Yeah, so I
Here.
want to talk about here because you guys know they make the headsets, and I love the name of the ticker here because that's headsets are used to here, so that's cute. And this is a really bullish chart, and Jim's going to talk about this. Is actually he spotted this actually for quite some time when it was at $14, and he actually called it again today, and I think this stock is bullish as well. Definitely could see this probably going towards $15 and then maybe even a bit more for swing traders. So I'm going to turn it over to Jim, what he likes on this chart. And I even see, after hours, 20,000 shares were bought at 14.57. So this is bullish and definitely room for this to go higher.
Yep. Can you all hear me? If you can.
I hear you.
Yep. I noticed Christmas Eve that this thing took a big dive, and the day before it too. That it was just an unridiculous dive from here at 1560 something all the way down to 1326, where I had a trend line. But it actually hit a low of around $13. And if you really want to get down to it, it had a knife down here of 1240, which it recovered real fast at open. So everything to me is, I'm telling everybody in the room and everybody that knows me to prepare a good watch list of your favorite stocks, stocks that you really like, stocks that you paid attention to, and look at them, see how far down they are. Check the news, see if it's any good, because most of these stocks are way oversold, and I'm sure I mean that with my heart. So here we are. I called this stock right at $14, and we're up after hours here at 14.54 right now. And I've got a target on here to 15. My first target's going to be $15, around 15.19. And if we can break this little trend line right here where that green candle is, we can bring it on up. Now I know this is the number one stock for gamers, for headsets, and I know that sales have been just immaculate from this stock, and Christmas was here, get it? So we can bring her back up. Let's see if we can get to that 15. That might be a good scalp for you, or a good flip. But then if it gets the mustard, it can go on up to 16 and maybe $17. And that's HEAR. And the next one we're going to talk about is going to be NIO. Vegas, do you have anything you want to say about NIO, or?
Well, I still have to say that I still am bullish on NIO. I know, unfortunately, I think with the trade war with China, the stock really, really is not reflecting the value of what it's worth. So I do believe that it only is the price where it is because of what's happening with the, trade war. I don't really know when we'll see resolution to that. Probably not till sometime in 2019. So, it's a shame because it is a good company. And I'm still bullish on the company and was a good trade today for people that wanted to scalp NIO. But Jim, I think longer term, I still, believe in NIO doing quite well. So I'll turn it over to you because you want to talk about that. And while you're at it, if you could talk about Tesla,
Oh, yeah.
because, we've been bullish on Tesla too. And let me tell you that Tesla today had an amazing run from the low 294s to even after hours at 326, and it almost hit 327 today, but it doesn't matter. I mean, that's almost $30 share. So I'll
Yeah.
turn it over to you to talk about those two amazing car charts.
Well, the one thing I like, I called Nile bearish for a week when it was up almost around $8, and it pulled back to my support level at 5.92. And the day that it pulled back to that $6 range, news came out about China China wanting to crack down on gasoline engines, kind of, promoting the electrical car industry. And I think that was a big catalyst to bring people's attention. And so I'm definitely back bullish on this stock, and I'm going to show you why on the chart. Actually, I'm going to pull up the whole chart itself, and I need to change this time frame here, so give me a second. There we go. So we had a triple bottom. We opened up down here at this low support. So actually, right around $6 is where this stock opened up at during the IPO. And it ran all the way up to 13 in 3 days and pulled back and created a support there at $6. We ran it back up to 8. It came back to $6. It ran back up to 8. Then it kind of hovered a little bit on the 50 SMA and bounced up to that 8. And then 5 days in a row we had a real hard sell-off, maybe 6, where it went back to that support. So I was pounding the desk. I was letting people know that this is going to be a buy if we get down here to 592. And then I became bullish on it after I read that China news. So everything just kind of fell into place. So I'm looking at this stock right now on a 20-day period. I want to see this get back up to $7. If it gets back to 7, I'll be a happy camper. That's where I think it'll probably consolidate a little bit. And I think 2019 is really going to bring this stock some good catalyst for it to run up to hit back up at that $10 level. But I'm not saying $10, I'm saying sometime next year. So today was my confirmation that we had the turnaround. We've got a little saucer going on right now. Maybe we can get a cup and handle out of it and bring it up to the next leg of 660. But remember, my target is $7, and if we can break past that 7, I've got different resistance levels that I've charted out, and I'd like to get back up there around 770, 769, then we'll see what happens from there. We could get another pullback. But I do like this stock now, and that's NIO. So keep it on watch. And then Tesla, I'm going to bring up a little picture of my Tesla. The M Model 3. You get a $7,500 tax credit. It expires December the 31st. I am not a spokesman for Tesla, but you still get a chance to get that deal if you want to get you a Tesla. So I'm going to bring up the chart. In fact, I'm going to type it in here while you look at that pretty car. And I've always told everybody that listens to me, that's followed me for the last couple of years, that when this thing gets down to $300, it's a strong buy. Well, we had that crazy sell-off, and it was up here at 375 and dipped all the way down to 295 in a matter of a week and a half, 7-8 days. And I'm still saying this was just, everybody just got into the short. Everybody followed the path and just was making some good money, all the people that were shorting. So we ran back up today to what I call the pivot point in this chart, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to pull up a 1 year. Look at this. They got rid of Musk. When they got rid of Musk down here when it was at 254, it just took off. I mean, it went up $100. 254 all the way up to 380 in a matter of 2 months. And I was calling this out in the room. I said, now that he's gone and he ain't putting out these stupid tweets, that this stock's going to run up, and it did. Because you have a lot of people that love General Motors, which I can't stand, and I love Tesla. So they were trying to just do the opposite. They were trying to short this stock and put their money in General Motors. Tesla is a lot easier to make money on. So we pulled back up to the pivot point. You see what I mean by pivot point? We're in the middle of this channel for the last year. So we'll probably consolidate in this area right here. You see how we hit that little resistance, which was a support? I think it needs to consolidate, maybe pull back to about 318 and write that down on paper. And if the momentum picks up, we can run this back up to 330, 332. And that's where the 50 SMA is. We had a golden cross last month on this thing. And then we had that big major sell-off, which was ridiculous, all the way from, like I said, 380 all the way down to 295 in a matter of 7 or 8 days. So Tesla's my baby. Keep it on watch. We're at the yearly pivot point, and we'll see what direction it wants to go to tomorrow. I think it's going to pull back a little bit and then bounce on up. And that's Tesla. And then this is a good call that Vegas did today. I mean, this was a beaut. And I'm telling everybody, get that watch list prepared because a lot of stocks got way oversold. Stocks that you like, stocks that you watch. Plug, Vegas.
Okay, so on Plug Power, um, I did, I've been watching the stock. I mean, I even watched it last week, and I wasn't in love with it yet, even though I love different stocks, but it just, I don't know, it just didn't do much for me last week. And I kind of liked it today. Called it around 113 as an entry idea because I wanted confirmation. Because sometimes I've seen stocks go to 110, 111, then it pulls back to the dollar mark. So I kind of waited for the trade to come to me. Happy with what it did. It did go as high as 133, still holding up after hours. And looking to see if there's a possible continuation for tomorrow. I didn't swing the stock. I could just only because I really honestly I just was in love with the weekly chart. And Plug Power is just one of those stocks that's been, hit and miss. So, I wasn't going to swing it. And you know what? I don't care if it runs a little more tomorrow. I'll just trade it again. So I'm not worried that I didn't swing it. But, it looks like it could continue tomorrow. The volume was good, over 8 million shares traded. And, but there was some insider sells too recently on Plug. So, I also keep that in mind and we'll see what's in store with Plug. But it was a good call, good trade today. Not a huge runner, but again, keep it on your watch list for tomorrow. And Jim, what do you see on Plug?
Well, I see it again, another really bad oversold situation. And this one lasted about 3 weeks. Every day was a red candle. And when I see something that I've played and I've watched for a couple of years, when I'm flipping it around 174 up to $2, and I see it break my support level and go on down and hit $1, I'm motivated to play this stock. I heard it pop up on the scanner once or twice. I don't know how many times it did. I should have been on it, but I was involved in other trades today. But when Plug was down there at 101, I would have jumped in it with no questions asked. There no questions asked because they want to try to keep this above $1. And I like the company. I just don't like the way the market's treating it. So, like I said, this 131, she called it around 116, right around in here. And it bounced down. It's a pretty good little, 15-cent flip. If you bought you 1,000 shares, that'd be $150. So, I'm the same way with her. I'm going to be watching the action tomorrow. And if we can get some kind of pullback, maybe back to that 116 area again, I'm going to probably go ahead and scalp it. But this is a scalper stock for me. It's not a swing trade. And that's Plug. And then we have one
Okay,
more.
so we have one more, and this was a swing trade that we talked about on Monday, and ARQL. And congratulations if you swing traded this stock, or even at least maybe look to trade it earlier today. That company here, ARQL Inc., ran as high as 287 today, but had a nice open at 245. So this did exactly what we were looking for it to do. And I do want to say that after hours, I saw a nice buy today for 204,000 shares
Mm.
at $2.80. Okay. So I'm actually targeting the stock to go to around 309 as a swing continuation. So I still have the swing trade in play from Monday, and then we'll see what happens tomorrow. But I'm still bullish on this stock.
We called this in our aftermarket report. So here's another one that got way oversold. Way oversold. But I mean, it's been down here before. This thing at the beginning of the year was down at $1.46, and it ran all the way up to $7.21. A real nice run. It just one time touched the 50 SMA on the yearly chart in all that period. Well, I mean, it hovered and consolidated around here and then had the breakout. But ever since then, it just ran on up. Then we had a little pull back to that 50. Then we pulled back to the 100, and then we've had this downtrend. See? The support level on this thing is right around 250. Anything below that was way oversold. Well, when it got up here to around 387, it pulled back all the way to 228. So today and the day before, it's bounced up 60 cents or 52 cents. We're definitely bullish on this stock. This little red line, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the 20-day. That little red line I have here was a resistance level. We hit it, so we kind of pulled back here. We're kind of hovering right here on that 50 on the 20-day 1-hour chart. So we're going to keep a good eye on ARQL. Vegas called this beautifully the other day when it was down here at the bottom, 223. And we have a 2-day run. So that's, like I said, 60-some cents. The next moving average is going to be right around, next support, next resistance is going to be right around, like she said, right around $3. I got a 298. So if we get close to 3, you might want to go ahead and set your stops or scale out a little bit, but then it can run on up. And if we go ahead and break that $3, our next resistance is going to be right around 313, 317 with a high of 336. And you'll still have more room to run, but let's just keep a good eye on it. We've had a pretty good breakout here for 2 days, and it might want to consolidate a little bit. And that's ARQL, and that was a good call, Vegas.
Thank you. And you know what? I just want to mention, and this is why it's very important that, especially for newbies, okay? And this is why I'm really liking to have this YouTube so that we can talk to you guys and explain things. So I don't know if some of you, the day traders that are listening, if you guys heard about HEB, right? Which is called Hemispherics Biopharma. So it's a pharmaceutical company. And then, people were like, oh, there's news on the stock, something with Apple. And I thought, okay, well, let's not jump into anything because I need to read the news. And can I just tell you, I had so many messages from people thanking me that they didn't even take this trade today. Only because the news was that there is an app that works with Apple, and there was some problems with the app that gives updates on to investors about what's happening with press releases and news about the company. But it's not just an app for HEB, it's an app that is for other companies as well. So if you want to get updates on a particular company, you would use this particular investing app that's available through Apple. But there's been some problems with the app delivering material information in, I guess, real time or, accurately. So, I guess they've escalated this to Apple, and Apple, has opened up a ticket and the situation is being resolved. But there was no news about a partnership. There was no news that there's some sort of collaboration with Apple. It was just an update for basically Apple users. So it's very interesting. And Jim can talk about this too. We saw this stock starting to move, and based on the news, and we thought, okay, hold on, read the news first before making any hasty decisions. And you'll notice on the chart, stock ran as high as 23 cents and then pulled back. And I mean, look where it's at now. It's kind of pretty much back to the low of the day. So again, really try our best to make sure we read the news and coach people in real time and talk to the room in real time about what is going on so that they don't, let's say, risk their capital unnecessarily. And no one took the trade. No one. So I'm glad no one did at this time. And, maybe it's worthy of a trade down the road, but it's not worthy of a trade at this moment. So, and I mean, if you see something special on the chart, please tell the viewers. But I mean, I didn't think anything was wow about this chart at all.
Well, the thing I saw about the chart is it consolidated right around 18 cents for a month. And then at 18 cents, it went up to 23 today. Hit the 100 SMA. And, I'm all about the SMAs. We had a high on this thing at 65 cents beginning of last year. It bounced up from here, and then ever since then, we've had a couple bounces up, and it's pulled on back. I used to play this back when we had the last recession about, oh heck, it was probably a little bit higher than this. So we're even lower than what it was in 2008, 2007. So I'm just thinking we're at a bottom, maybe, like she said, the news wasn't appealing today. I seen it pop up on in one of the rooms, and I heard him posted it and pasted a little bit of it, and that was probably a mistake on my behalf. When you want to post news, you got to post the entire bit of it. And so every once in a while, we kind of just look at something, and this is, we had a stock last year. I mean, last week that ran like a Dickens because it posted Google News that they were, share revenue. They're going to share revenue with Google. So it's totally the opposite. This was, just an update of some screw up that they had to do with Apple. So it's good to read the news. I'd still keep it on watch and watch it, but if it's ever mentioned, it's probably getting pumped. And that's HEB.
Okay.
You always got to pay attention to the news. I play off news. I mean, news is the most important thing to me when I'm in a stock. I always first thing I do is look at news and
Definitely look at
determines.
news, and definitely it's worth just stopping for a minute and reading it, because it's very easy to just read off social media and think that, oh my gosh, there's a connection with Apple. Let's jump into the stock. So just, take that extra minute and, sift through the news quickly, and you'll be able to hopefully make a better informed decision as a trader, right?
Yeah, because I mean, different news can make a stock. It could be great news, but it could be news that's just, you got to really learn how to read news and what's good news and what's real good news and what is good news that would make something jump up a little bit and then pull right back down. So there's different kinds of news that you read. Every time I read somebody's in having an investigation that they're like going over their CEOs, I'll just go ahead and throw it to the side. I won't play it, even if the price action's good, because I know it's going to get pumped and it's going to come right back down. So I always pay a real good. I'm always, I like earnings news. I'll go back and look at the earnings of a stock. I like to look at the forecasts. I can go back and look at a forecast maybe of a previous news and things running on maybe some other news. And it's just like a catalyst. It's an added catalyst to any play that I get in. So that is HEB. And Vegas, you got anything else you want to close with?
No, I just want to say thanks to everyone for listening and subscribing. And I do have a little contest. So, the contest today will be, I'm going to ask you guys a question. And if you listen to the video, you should know the answer. So, Jim's not allowed to give the answer out because then I'll get mad at him. But which stock did Jim say he disliked today? So, please comment below the video with the correct answer, or email me at Vegas at stocks.com, and we'll announce a winner tomorrow, and I'll let you know what the little prize will be. So please comment below or email me the answer, and definitely your name will go into a draw for a prize.
Did you
So
say
thank you so much.
did you say like or dislike?
That you said you disliked.
Okay.
So if you guys remember what Jim said, rewind the video and watch it. He did say, I dislike this stock. So which one was that? Please comment below in the video or email me, vegas@ilovestocks.com. And I'll definitely announce the winner tomorrow. So stay tuned. And hope you guys have a great night. And thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a great trading day.
Well, this is the aftermarket report with Vegas and Jim. I wish everybody had a happy Merry Christmas, and we're going to have a great 2019. Today's date is December the 26th, 2018. So, I love stocks.